Hey, Tim Unkert here. In this video, we're going to make a worksheet in English and Spanish where we add and subtract complex numbers. Now, why are complex numbers important? You may be wondering. Well, first off, a complex number is a combination of a real number and an imaginary number. All real numbers are actually complex because you can write, like, say, the real number 2 as 2 plus 0i. Now, you actually, even though you have a complex number that has a part of the number as an imaginary number, they're still used in real-world applications. And by the way, an imaginary number I is a square root of -1. All right, so 2i would be 2 times the square root of -1 and so forth. But they are used in like electrical engineering, advanced computing, those kind of things. So complex numbers are important to learn. And what I want to do is help math teachers out, help programmers out. I'm going to use Python to automate the process so you can quickly create a worksheet of, say, 100, 1,000, 10,000 problems, however many you want, with solutions, a solution sheet, with maybe writing a program that takes 15 minutes to write. Okay, and you created all these randomized solutions and randomized problems. So let's get started at that. But first, before we begin, if you like this channel, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, as it really helps the channel grow. You can also support my work by following me on GitHub. I'll leave a link in the description below. You can give me a star on GitHub if you want, or this worksheet, I'm going to throw it up on Teacher Pay Teachers for $1. You can purchase the worksheet. All right, let's get going. Let's pull up a draw island and just let me explain a little bit about what type of problem I am going to create. Okay, so I'm pulling up a draw island here, and let's just write a problem. So let's say we have something like 4 plus 2i, and we want to subtract 3 minus 2i. Okay, well, if we do that, 4 minus 3 is 1. So we basically treat the real number and the imaginary number as like the real numbers are like each other, so we combine them, and the imaginary numbers are like each other, so we combine them. But real imaginary numbers are unlike each other, so we don't combine them. All right, so we do 4 minus 3, that's 1, and then 2 minus a -2i is going to be actually plus 4i. So that would be our solution for this problem. All right, so we're going to create problems like that. We may have an addition sign instead of a subtraction sign, but I wanted to do the subtraction because typically students will find the subtraction a little bit harder. Okay, let's get started and let's create our program in Python. So I'm in my folder called Python Math. I'm going to make a directory, and let me boost this up a little bit. I'm going to make a directory, and I'm going to call that composite number addition. Okay, and then let's cd into composite number addition, and let's create a file called composite number addition.py. Okay, and I'm creating it with Cocoon, and let's get started. All right, in case you're wondering, I'm using the Zenburn theme. I find that pretty good. Actually, let's change it. Let's do Dracula, because it's going to be Halloween. Okay, we'll go to Dracula. All right, so I'm going to start with the class, and I'm going to call the class composite problem. Okay, and then let's instantiate the class. Now, it should be noted, I have my text editor set with a default of tabbing in 2 spaces. Should be tabbing in 4 with Python. I'm just going to go with this as is for now. It's not conformant to PEP 8 standards, but it'll still work. Okay, and we're interested in automating this, not necessarily making sure it's formatted perfectly, although the tabs and indentations are very important in Python, so I'm just throwing that out there. All right, anyways, we're going to start with the self. when we instantiate the problem. We also want to bring in the real part of the first composite number and the imaginary part of the first composite number. So we want to bring in a real underscore 1, a real underscore 2, a real, an imaginary underscore 1, a real underscore 2, and an imaginary underscore 2, okay? And we're going to say that self.real 1 equals real 1, self.real 2 equals real 2, imagine, actually, let me do this in order. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but equals imagine 1. Okay, so that's for the first complex number. And then we do self.real underscore 2 equals real underscore 2. Self.imagine underscore 2 equals imagine underscore 2. Okay. That's going to allow us to use these on the other part of the functions. I'm going to backspace 2 spaces because I've indented 2 spaces. I should be doing 4. I know. All right. Anyways, so let's have a sum and let's have a difference if we subtract. So we'll say the method of finding sum, which we indicate by DEF. We're going to pass in the self, and we're going to say that the sum is equal to, it's going to be, well, actually, no, we're going to have a few different methods. We're going to have find sum real. We'll pass in the self there, and we'll say that the sum underscore real equals self dot real underscore 1 plus self dot real underscore 2, and we're going to return sum underscore real. Okay, backspace 2 spaces. Let's call the definition find sum imaginary, and we'll have the self, and we'll say that the sum of the imaginary numbers equals self dot imaginary 1 plus self dot imaginary 2, and we're going to return the imaginary sum. Okay, so that's that method. Don't want that either. Whoops. All right, so we're going to also have the definition of the find the difference of the real, and pass in the self, and we'll say that the difference of the real is equal to self dot real underscore 1 minus self dot real underscore 2, and we'll return the difference of the real. Okay, and then we'll go down here. Whoops. Want to keep the indenting all the same. Definition method. Find diff real, pass in the self, and we'll say, whoops, we're doing diff imaginary, sorry. We'll pass in the self, and we'll say that the diff imaginary equals self dot imaginary 1 minus self dot imaginary underscore 2. Okay, that's our class for a composite problem. We're also, we want to go up here and import random. So I'm going to import the random module. Okay, and then I go back to down below, and what I'm going to do now is I am going to now create a random number list. You probably have seen me do this. Can I type? Random number list, empty list, and let's have random numbers from negative 100 to positive 100. So I'm going to say for x in range negative 100 up to 101, because we want to go up to 100 and we go one less. And we're going to take the random number list and append x. Okay, we're good. All right, so now what we want to do is create some files to write to. All right, so we're going to say, not Pythagorean theorem, I was doing that last night, complex, or last morning, whatever, complex addition problem file equals open, and we'll do complex addition. Let's just do complex dash addition dot markdown, append to the file, and we'll also do complex addition. Whoops, I want to go back to here. Complex addition problem file solutions equals, we're going to have open and then do complex. Keep going. No, complex addition solution dot markdown, and we'll append to that file. Okay, and then we're going to say for problem in range, let's do 100 problems. So 1 to 101. What we're going to do is we're going to first create the self.real. We're going to create self.real one. We're going to create real one, imaginary one, real two, imaginary two. Okay, so I'm going to say real underscore one equals random.choice, and then pass in the random number list. Okay, let's just change this to imagine one underscore one. And then let's do real underscore two equals random choice. Let's pass in the random number list, and imagine underscore two equals random choice. And we're going to pass in the random number list. Okay. And then we're going to say new underscore problem. That's going to be an object equals composite problem. And we'll pass in real underscore one, imagine underscore one, real underscore two, and imagine underscore or imaginary underscore two. Okay. And now we're going to start to write to the file. But we need one more thing. Okay. So I'm going to create another list, and I'm going to create operation, let's call it operation choice list. And that's going to equal 0 or 1. So we want to know if we're doing addition or subtraction. So we're going to create some problems here. And let's start writing to our file. So I'm going to take the complex addition file and write to it. And what I'm going to write now is problem. Let's actually write English version. And then we'll do a /n/n for escape characters. And we'll take this file and write. Let's do a third heading problem, and I want to do an F string. So let me go back here and put an F there, and then we're going to do problem, and we'll pass in the problem number. Okay, and then a /n/n for formatting. And what we're going to do now is we are going to what are we going to do? Well, we're going to use our choice. So we're going to actually, let's go up here and we'll say choice or operation choice equals random dot choice of the operation choice list. Okay. All right. So now we'll go back down here, and we're going to say if operation choice, if that equals 0, well, then we're going to do an addition problem. So we'll do complex addition problem addition file dot write, and we'll say something with the format string. What is the sum of, and then let's move this down to the next line. What is the sum of, and then we're going to pass in our real number one. We want to do this in parentheses too. So let me put a parenthesis in here. And then we'll have plus imagine underscore number 1 times I, close out the parentheses, plus, then we'll do pass in real underscore 2 plus, whoops, do the cursor here, imaginary underscore 2I, and a question mark, and then /n/n, and that'll be good for that. Okay, then we want to actually have an else statement. So we say else complex addition problem file dot write f what is the difference of, put a slash for formatting, of, and then we'll do, I'm going to come up here actually and just yank this line, and let's go here and paste it. And then I'm going to change this to subtraction. Okay, and that should be good. Okay, and then we want to take this complex addition problem file, and we want to write just 3 slashes or 3 dashes for a line, and then a -n for bringing it to the new line. And then we want to create a Spanish version. So we're going to do complex addition file write, and then do a hashtag for second level heading, Spanish version. Actually, let's go to Google Translate. Okay, go to Google Translate. I'm going to do Spanish. Boom. Okay, do Spanish version. Version en español. Okay, so we're going to copy that and just go down here and paste that in, and then do /n/n, move down to the next line. Then we're going to take our complex addition file and write to it. We're going to write an F string and do 3 hashtags, and then we're going to have to do problem. So let's do problem, which is problema. Okay, yep, problema. And then we'll pass in the name of the problem. Okay, and then we'll do a /n/n. And okay, and then we'll start with our problem. We'll do our complex addition file dot write, and we're going to do an F string, and instead of, we're going to say, what is the difference of? So what is the difference of, copy all this, okay, paste that in, do a slash for formatting, move down. Actually want to just paste this line, so I'm going to yank this line, go here and paste it, and change this to a plus, but we still have to have our if-else statement, so I got to format that. So I'm going to say if operation choice, if that equals 0, we're going to do this. So what I've got to do with this line is actually go here and indent it too. Okay, 2 spaces. All right. So that should be good for that. And then we'll go here and go else, and then write complex addition problem file dot write. Okay, another F string. We don't want to do difference. Ooh, this first one is an addition. So actually, for this one, we would say qual. Nope, I want to undo that. What just happened? You. Messed it up. Okay, sorry. Yank this, paste that. Oh yeah, we got to have the if statement. I don't know, that formatted it out. So operation choice, we could just equal 1, and then then it's less for me to do. Yeah, I'm just going to do that, because then the addition will be if it equals 0. So we'll use that as the else statement. Yeah, it still works. Else, all right, let's take this file. Let's write to it f, what is the sum of? So what is the sum of? Okay, so I'm going to copy this. ¿Cuál es la suma de? I'm probably not saying that correctly, but I'm not a Spanish expert. Okay, no, I just want a slash. Okay. What I want to do is now go up here. Let's yank this line and let's paste it down here. That should be good, because this part, the bottom part, we really don't need it in Spanish. Okay, and then I'll pass that, indent that in, and then I'm going to do complex addition file, problem.file.write, and we're going to write 3 dashes and then a /n/n. Close that out. Okay, so now we've got our problems created. Let's save it where we're at. So I just did that. And now what I need to do is now let's create the solutions. Okay, so let's go back here and make a comment, solutions. Okay, and what I'm going to do is now write the solutions. Okay, so let's do complex problem file solution.write, and we're going to first want to do the problem number. So problem, and we'll do problem, and then do a /n/n. Okay, and okay, so now we want to do the solution if we have the choicing equal to 0. So if operation choice, if that equals 0, then what we're going to do is we are going to, well, we're going to go actually to the top because I forgot the name of my methods. Okay, so we're going to use find some real and find some imaginary for our new problem object. Okay. All right, so tabbing's a little bit odd on Cocoon. I'm working it out in this text editor. Anyway, so I'm going to take this complex problem addition file solution, and we'll write. What we'll write is an F string, and we'll say that the solution, and we'll put in parentheses because I don't want to do this twice, because the teacher's going to be looking at this part. But you could have more of a teacher's more familiar with Spanish. Solution. I hope I pronounced that correctly. All right, and then we'll do let's do a colon and a slash, and we'll move down to the next line here, and what we're going to pass in is the new underscore problem dot find the sum of the real, okay, plus the new underscore problem. Let's actually go up here, dot find the sum of the imaginary times I, of course, and that's our solution. We'll do /n/n. Okay, close out our quotes, close out our parentheses. Okay, then we go down here, say else. We're going to do the complex addition problem file solution dot write. Do an F string. We'll do solution. Solution. Actually, I want to copy it with that in there. Okay. Okay. And then we'll do a slash here and go to here and say we're going to pass in the new problem object with the find difference real method. We got to include these methods. I forgot. I've got to include opening and closing parentheses here and here because they're methods, and here. Okay, and then plus we're going to have the new underscore problem dot find difference imaginary, and again I need to do that for the method I, and then we'll do /n/n, close that out. I also want to, in parentheses, I'll put just problema here. Okay, and all right, so now what I'm going to do is close out the solution file. So I'm going to say complex addition problem file solution.write, close it out with 3 dashes there and a /n/n for formatting. Close that out. Well, close out the problem. And now we actually want to step outside of our loop and close both our files. So we're going to take this file, use the .close method, and this file using the close method. Okay. All right, now, so I saved my file. I'm going to open a terminal in Terminator and run this problem with Python 3 and then the name of the file. And we ran it and no errors. No errors in syntax. So, all right. So what I'm going to do now is, let's see. Let's open the complex addition .markdown file here, and let's just make sure my color scheme is Dracula. Halloween's coming. Okay, and then let me just close up to here and go up here and close this out. Okay, and then exit this one out. And then let's take a look at this. Okay, so what is the difference between -76? I'm just going to write this down. So -76 plus -22i, and then 91 plus -86i. So we're actually going to add the 86. So I'm going to do the imaginaries first. So it's going to be 86i really minus 22i because we're subtracting a negative. So the -86 becomes a positive. So we got 64i, and then -91 plus -176. That's a 7. Bring up the 1. No, we don't have any 1 to bring up. So it's -167. So it should be -167 plus 64i as the solution. Okay, let's just quit out of here for a minute. And let's open this one. Plus none. Ooh, why did we get none? None. Okay, so that's an error in logic. Let's go and fix it. All right, let's take this and we'll remove these 2 markdown files for now. Okay, and then we're going to open the, I don't know why it calls it composite. It's complex numbers. Anyways, I named it wrong, but whatever. Color scheme Dracula. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Why here is this not working? All right, so I think we're finding the difference of the real. So if we have the difference down here, I was looking at the English version, so find difference. Okay, that's the problem. Hmm. Ah, okay. So what happened here is we forgot to return the difference of the imaginary. Okay. That's why I was saying none, because it wasn't returning anything. Okay, naturally. All right, let's open up that and let's run the file. Python 3, and we're going to run the name of the file, which is composite. I don't know why I named it that, but anyway, so it runs. We created it. Let's take a look. Let's open the complex addition markdown file with Cocoon, color scheme, Dracula. Okay, let's close this out. Exit out of that. Let's boost this up so you can see it. Okay, so first problem. Now these are randomly generated number problems, so let's take a look. So we have 64 plus negative 29, so that's like 64 minus 29, so that's going to give me 35. And then we have 62i plus 86i, so that should give us 148i. Okay, let's quit out of here and let's open the other file here. So let's open that file. So we have 35 plus 148i, so that's good. Next one, let's just write it down. We have 29 plus negative 165i. Okay, let's check this one. So the first one was a sum one. Let's go here. Check this out. So we have to go down to problem 2 because we got English and Spanish. Okay. So what is the sum of, okay, negative 65. Okay, this is another, well, let's check it, but this is another addition one. So we're going to have 29 plus, negative 165i, which is the correct solution. Let's go down. We have another, no, that's still the same one. Okay, what is the difference? Okay, good. Let's take a look at this one. So we have 49 minus a negative 71. So that's 49 plus 71. So that gives us 120. And then we have negative 59 plus or minus 80. So that's going to be, basically 59 plus 80 negative with an I on the end. So that's 139. So we should have 120 minus 139i. Okay, let's check. All right. Let's quit out of here. Let's go here. 120 plus negative 139i. So we've checked 3 of the problems. The algorithm should work for all of them. We've got 100 problems. So one thing I want to do is go to the end of these files. Issue. It's problem. All right, we messed up. It's good that I'm leaving these errors. I'm doing it just to teach you, not just because I messed up. Get out of here. All right, let's take a look. We're going to remove these files again. So it's a small little problem, easy fix, but we need to remove them. And then we know the algorithm's working, so that's cool. All right, so now we list it out. Again, I don't know why I called it composite number, but I'm going to open that one. And then I'm going to go down here. Let's just go toward the end when I'm printing out the solution. One thing I forgot to do was put an F string here, right here. Other thing I forgot to do after saving it, color scheme, Dracula. Okay. I think I saved it already. So anyways, got to get out of here. Let's run the program, Python 3, and then the name of the program, boom, ran. Okay, now we've created these files. Let's open the complex addition.markdown. It's Halloween, color scheme, Dracula. I should just set this into my CAC RC. All right. All right. Up here, I want to go up to the top, put my name and the date for students. Just tab completion. All right. GK to go to the, nope, GE to go to the end of the document. Down here, I'm going to put my copyright on. Copyright. Copyright symbol. I'm writing just plain HTML into the markdown file. So 2021, Timothy Unkert, all rights reserved. Good. All right. Boom. Okay. Now let's go to the other one. Move this out of the way. Complex dash addition, solution.markdown. Boom. Okay. Color scheme, Dracula. Okay. All I have to do here is just go to the end and just put my copyright on it. All right. Copyright copy 2021, Timothy Unkert. All rights reserved. Okay, boom. Now, all right. What I want to do is run Pandoc, which is a program you can install on your Chromebook. If you have Debian 10 installed, you just type sudo apt install Pandoc. 4 words. Run it. It'll say it'll take about 100 and something megabytes of space. Hit yes, you got Pandoc installed. Okay, what I can do with that is take my complex addition .markdown file and I can output a complex addition .html file. Okay, take a moment. Now if I list the storage, you'll see I have the first file up here is complex addition.html. I'm also going to run it with complex addition solution.markdown and output complex addition solution.html. Okay, so now I'm going to go and use my browser to do some work here. All right, so I'm going to go into my Linux files, Python math, composite number addition, which again should be complex number. I don't know why I just said composite number addition. And we're going to take this complex addition HTML file, open it. We see that we've got our problems and our copyright in English and Spanish. Let's click here, print. If you're doing this, I have more settings where my headers and footers are shut off. If I put them in, you'll see it reloads with the local address on your computer. You don't want that. So I'm going to click that out, click save. So that's the first, and just save it. I'll just take rid of this .html. So I'm going to save that like so, not in my colors. You see, I like my themes here. I'm going to save it in my Linux files, in Python math, in complex number addition. I'm going to save it here and here. Okay. The next file that we want to do that with is our complex addition-solution.html. Let's open that up. We've got our solutions all here, all 100 of them. You see it's marking the problem numbers correctly. We're going to print. Again, make sure you have in the more settings, the headers and footers turned off. Click save and take out the .html part. Okay, now what I'm going to do is create a folder, new folder, complex 100 complex addition problems. Okay, I am going to drag this into the folder, drag this into the folder, go here and zip the selection. Boom. Teacher Pay Teachers. I'm going to upload that zip file to Teacher Pay Teachers. I'll put a link in the description. If you do want to support this channel monetarily, you could purchase it for $1, but there's plenty of free solutions to support this channel. One is liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell for notifications. It really does help the channel grow. The next one is I'll leave a link to my GitHub. You can follow me on GitHub. I'll leave the source code in the description as well. You can modify and use the source code as you wish, free of charge, to suit your needs. And if you want to give me a star in my repository on GitHub, you can do that as well. Plenty of ways to support the channel. I thank you for watching this video this long. That's support in itself. I hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.